Thanks for having me here today, guys. This is awesome. Really appreciate the opportunity. So what I wanted to do today is come in and we're going to talk to you about leveraging lending to help you sell more homes. We're going to cover some other things as well. We're going to talk about giving buyers more buying power. We're going to talk about low down payment programs. We're going to talk about zero down. And we're also going to discuss selling homes to troubled clients. So this also falls under lending opportunities there, but also we're going to talk about when you come across somebody who does have credit challenges, kind of what it's going to take to overcome that and help them become a homeowner. So does anybody have any stories to start out with? Any kind of a client they've worked with recently that they've had to say no to? Any kind of scenarios maybe where they've gotten credit repair, been able to buy a home? Anybody? Let's start out with a good story.
Just a good story about
Sure.
lending?
Yeah. I know I put you guys on the spot, but that's okay. I always like to start with a good story. If you don't have one, that's okay.
Are you talking about a win or something that
A
didn't
win.
work out?
A win or didn't work out.
Okay.
A win is nice, just more positive.
So I had one.
Yeah,
Can I tell you one?
absolutely. Please.
Okay. Should I get in the picture?
Yeah.
So my story is this.
There you are.
I was a listing. I had a buyer, and I noticed that we hadn't had an appraisal. It seemed like we're getting pretty close to closing.
Yeah.
There was no appraisal, so I inquired with the buyer's agent, and I said, "Hey, can you check in and see what's going on with the appraisal?" And she inquired with the lender, who was extremely difficult to get a hold of because we're based in Miami.
Yep.
And so 3-hour time difference, and then eventually was able to get contact and found out that the appraisal had never been ordered.
Ah.
Because for some reason, they had written down the contractor's number incorrectly that built the house.
Yeah.
Because it was a VA loan.
Yep.
Didn't have the contractor information correctly entered into the file, so the appraisal never got ordered.
Oh wow.
So then we had to delay closing, and these people, the buyers especially, my client was the builder.
Yeah.
He didn't bother him too much. The buyer was in a mess, in a personal crisis.
Yeah.
Because they needed to move out of their apartment and get moved into the house.
Timeline issue.
And so levels of anxiety were
Yeah.
very high,
Yeah.
a lot of frustration going
Yeah.
on. So that is the story that we had
Okay.
about an appraisal that didn't get ordered.
Appraisal issue, out of town lender. Thanks, Tim,
Yeah.
for sharing that.
I went down that now. I
Yeah,
remembered one.
Sarah.
One just happened to me yesterday. I'm sure you guys already know about this. But my buyer clients are selling a house in California.
Yep.
And their buyer is working with Bank of America.
Uh-huh.
The Bank of America client, their buyer, the Bank of America client, had plans to go out of the country.
Yes.
They turned in the power of attorney form
Yep.
to have someone else sign on their behalf.
Okay.
After the client went out of the country, like 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
Bank of America called her and said, yeah, your power of attorney is not accepted.
Okay.
Even though she submitted her power of attorney like a week and a half before
Okay.
it was even, they told her last minute. So now we have to delay closing until she gets back into the country in 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough. So we've got issues where you have an out-of-town lender where maybe you're not able to reach them. And so we're going to talk about the value of working locally, whether it's with me or another lender. And then you have issues with documentation getting missed. So you've got some negative things. And so we've all, as realtors, we've all run into some issues where there's been some problems on the lending side. What a lot of people don't realize is that there's ways that we can actually help you sell more homes, and that's not conveyed a lot. And so that's what we're going to cover, and we'll talk about local lending as well, related to Tim's story. Okay, so we're going to start out and we're going to say, okay, well, how am I going to help you leverage selling more homes? The other thing that's out there too is that I'm going to equip you to be able to take clients away from other agents who are not very knowledgeable. And who here does open houses? I want to see. You guys, everybody's hands up. Okay. How many clients do you have walking into an open house that have talked to another realtor?
Almost
Every single one almost, right? Okay. So what is it that you have that's different than
Sass.
what the other realtor? Sarah's got sass. That is true. We all know that. But what it is it's your knowledge base, right? I mean, we talk about customer service, high level customer service, and that's great to have. But it's your knowledge base that we're looking to bolster here today and really help you win more clients over. So I have a scenario here for you about giving your borrowers more buying power, okay? We all know that Bellingham is a little bit of a higher price market than other places in the county. People have affordability limits. In some cases, we're looking to stretch those. So here's our scenario. So Bill's pre-approved with an FHA loan. FHA loan requires 3.5% down payment. The maximum he can qualify for is $250,000. Okay. His debt to income ratio is at 45% with a total mortgage payment of $1,570 a month, and he can't go any higher. That's the limit. Okay. The perfect home for Bill ends up being for sale at $275,000. How many of you guys have buyers that find a home they love, but it's above their price point? Everybody's running
All
with
the
it, right?
time.
All the time. So Bill's agent Yolanda says he doesn't qualify for this price range, and in this market, coming in 25 under asking would not be advisable. Would we all agree with that? This is a
Not
common issue.
necessarily.
Yeah, there's certain instances it's true, but in general, if it's very competitive,
Oh, this is in Bellingham?
yeah, anywhere.
Oh, well then, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not gonna happen, no.
So what's Bill gonna do? So let's say this guy comes into your open house and tells you his woes, right? Here's where I'm gonna help you shift the paradigm of affordability for these buyers, okay? There's conventional loans, right? A non-government backed mortgage. So I talked about FHA, Federal Housing Administration, is a government backed loan, okay?